Sure, the last act. The last one is awesome.
Okay. So basically, it started with this Thank you.
All right, are we good? Everybody here?
Yeah, Miss Rosemary.
All righty. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the high school production of Hamlet. Many of you may know that we have a full-blown production that we do in December. This year, though, due to COVID, we were unable to perform that play, which is let's see if I can say this right, Willa Wonky and the College Tour. We are happy to announce, though, that we do get to perform that play next week on Friday night the 7th and Saturday the 8th. Tickets are free for students and for staff, so please come out and support your theater troupe. Because of the production getting pushed back to next week, the theater kids have had to simultaneously work on Willa Wonky and on Hamlet at the same time. Because of the past 3 years, we have done this small production for Spring History Day. Usually they've been 30 minutes tops. You guys might remember from 2 years ago when we did Romeo and Juliet, and it was 30 minutes long. We've always had the expectation of that to be no sets, very few props, minimal costumes. So you're going to see that this one is quite a bit longer. It's 2 hours, but still without sets, minimal props, and minimal costumes. Just want you guys to know that, so you expect that. But the fact that the kids have had to work on both productions simultaneously, Hamlet and Willa Wonky, and if you guys have ever done a Shakespeare play, memorization for Shakespeare is really hard. So I just ask that you guys give them some grace if they do miss a line here or there, or if I have to feed them a line here or there, because they have worked so hard and have really risen to the occasion. I'm so very, very proud of them, and I know you guys are going to enjoy this. I know you guys are going to support them. So thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy it. I give you Hamlet.
Nay, answer me. Stand and fold yourself.
Long live the king.
Bernardo,
He.
you come most carefully upon your hour.
'Tis now struck 12. Get thee to bed, Francisco.
Gooseberry leaf, much thanks. 'Tis very cold and I am sick at heart.
Have you had quiet guard?
Not a mouse stirring.
Well, good night. If you do meet Horatio and Marcellus, the rivals to my watch, bid them make haste.
Come on, I think I hear them. Santo, who's there?
Friends to this ground, and liegemen to the Dane.
Give you good night.
Oh, farewell, honest soldier, who hath relieved you?
Bernardo hath my place. Give you good night.
Hola, Bernardo.
Say, what, is Horatio there?
A piece of him?
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
What, has this thing appeared again tonight?
I have seen nothing.
Horatio says 'tis but a fantasy, and will not let belief take hold of him. But touching this dreaded sight twice seen of us, therefore I have entreated him along with us to watch the minutes of this night, that if again this apparition come, he may approve our eyes and speak to it.
Tush, tush, 'twill not appear.
Sit down a while, and let us once again assail your ears that are so fortified against our story, what we 2 nights have seen.
Well, sit we down and let us hear Bernardo speak of this.
Last night of all, when yon same star that's westward from the pole had made its course to illume the part of heaven where now it burns, Marcellus and myself, the bell then beating one.
Peace, break thee up! Look where it comes again!
And the same figure, like the king that's dead.
Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
It looks not like the king market, Horatio.
Most like it harrows me with fear and wonder.
Well, question it then, Horatio.
What art thou that usurps this time of night, together with that fair and warlike form in which the majesty of Denmark did sometimes speak? By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
It is offended.
See, it stalks away.
Speak, speak, I charge thee, speak! 'Tis gone and will not answer.
How now, Horatio, you tremble and look pale. Is not this something more than a fantasy? What think you want?
Before my God, I might not this believe, without the sensible and true avouch of mine own eyes.
Is it not like the king, though?
As thou art to thyself, and such is the very armor he used to wear. 'Tis strange.
Thus twice before and jump at this dead hour. With martial stock hath he gone by our watch.
And then it started like a guilty thing, upon a fearful summons. I have heard the cock, that is the trumpet of the morn, doth with his lofty and shrill-sounding throat awake the god of the day, and at his warning, whether in sea or air, earth or fire, the extravagant and erring spirit hies to his confine. And of the present herein, this truth made probation.
It faded on the crowing of the cock.
Aye, look, the morn, in russet mantle clad, doth walk over yon high eastward hill. Break we our watch up, and upon my advice, let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For on my life, this spirit dumb to us shall speak to him. Do you consent that we shall acquaint him with it, as needful our loves and fitting our duty? Let's do it, I pray, and I this morning know where we shall find him most conveniently.
Though yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory is green. Let it us be fit to bear hearts in grief, and this whole kingdom be contracted under one brow of woe. Yet so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we think of him together in remembrance of ourselves. Therefore our sometime sister, now queen, the imperial jointress to this warlike state, have, as 'twere with a defeated joy, with an auspicious and drooping eye, and mirth in funeral, and dirge in marriage, in equal scale weighing delight and dole, be taken as wife. Nor have we herein barred your better wisdoms, which are gone with this affair along, for all our thanks. And now, Laertes, what is the news of you? You have spoke of some suit. You cannot speak of reason to the Dane and then lose your voice. What wouldst thou have, Laertes?
My dread lord, your will and leave to return to France, from whence so willingly I came to Denmark to show my duty in your coronation. Yet now I must confess that duty done. My thoughts and wishes bend again toward France, and bow them to your gracious leave and pardon.
Do you have your father's leave? What says Polonius?
He hath, my lord, wrung me from my flow leave, by laboursome petition, and at last, upon his will, I sealed my hard consent. I do beseech you, give him leave to go.
Time be thine, Laertes, and thy best graces spend them at thy will. And now, my cousin Hamlet and my son.
A little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy knightly coat off, let thine eye look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lid seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common that all things must die, moving to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it seems, why is so particular with thee?
Seems, madam? Nay, it is. I know not seems, 'tis not alone in my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of sullen black, nor the fruitful river in the eye, nor the deject havure of the visage that can denote me truly, together with all forms, moods, and shapes of grief that can denote me truly. These do but seem. But there are actions that a man might play. But I have that within which passive show these but the trappings and the suits of woe.
Why, 'tis sweet and commendable in thy nature, Hamlet, to bear these grieving duties to your father. But you must know that your father lost a father, and that father lost his, and the survivor of bound and filial obligation to some term of obsequious sorrow. But to persevere in such obstinate condolement, why, 'tis the path to impious stubbornness. 'Tis an unmanly grief. It shows a will most incorrect to heaven, a fault to the dead, a fault to nature. To reason most absurd, whose common theme is the death of fathers, we pray to you, throw to the earth this unavailing woe, and think of us as a father. For let the world take note that you are the most immediate to our throne, and with no less nobility of love as the dearest father gives to his son, do we impart to you. For your intent in going back to Wittenberg is most retrograde to our desire. We beseech you, bend you here to stay in the cheer and comfort of our eyes, our chiefest courtier, our cousin, and our son.
Let not thy mother lose your prayers, Hamlet. Pray thee stay with us. Do not go to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why, 'tis a fair and loving reply. Be as ourselves in Denmark. Why, Gertrude, come away. This gentle and unforced accord of Hamlet sits smiling on my heart.
Oh, this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew. Oh, God. God, how stale, weary, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. But 2 months dead? Nay, not so much, not 2. So excellent a king, so loving to my mother, that he might not but teem the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly. Oh, frailty, thy name is woman. 1 month, a widow, married with my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like a father to me than I to Hercules. Within a month! Ere yet the salt of most unrighteous tears had left the flushing in her gallant eyes, she married. Oh, most wicked sweet to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets. It is not, nor it cannot come to good, but break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship!
Ah, Horatio, I'm glad to see thee well.
Say, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
Ah, Marcellus?
My good lord.
Very glad to see you. Good evening, sir. My friends, what bring you all to Elsinore? We shall teach you to drink deep ere you depart.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
Prithee, do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats had coldly furnished forth the marriage tables. Would I were to meet my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I had seen that day, Horatio. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Oh? Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
I saw him once. He was a goodly king.
He was a man, take him for all in all. I shall not look upon his like again.
My lord, methinks I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
Season your admiration for a while with an attent ear, till I may deliver upon the witness of these gentlemen this marvel to you.
Well, for God's love, let me hear.
For 2 nights together had these gentlemen, Marcellus and Bernardo, on their watch in the dead vast middle of the night been thus encountered. A figure like your father, armed at point exactly, appears before them, and with slow and solemn march walks by them. Thrice he has walked before their oppressed and fear surprised eyes, and I the 3rd night with them kept the watch. I saw your father's ghost.
But what was this?
My lord, upon the platform where we watched.
Well, did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did, but answer made it none.
It is very strange.
As I do live, my honored lord, it is true, and we thought it writ down in our duties to let you know of it.
Indeed, sirs, but this troubles me. Hold you the watch tonight?
We do, my lord.
All watch tonight. Perchance 'twill walk again.
I warrant it will.
If it assume my noble father's person, then I'll speak to it, though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. I pray you, if you have hitherto concealed the sight, let it be tenable in your silence still, and whatsoever else should happen tonight, give it an understanding, but no tongue. Upon the platform twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
Our duty to your honor.
Your loves is mine to you, so fare you well. My father's spirit in arms, all is not well. I doubt some foul play. Would the night were come.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. Oh, and sister, let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet in the trifling of his favor, holdeth a fashion and a toy in blood. Perhaps he loves you now, but he himself is subject to his birth. He may not as unvalued persons do carve for himself, for on his choice depends the safety and health of this whole state. Then weigh what loss your honor may sustain, if with too credent ear you list his songs, or lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia. Fear it, dear sister, and keep you in the rear of your affection out of a shot and danger of desire.
I shall be affected, this good lesson keep, this watchman to my heart. But, good my brother, do not as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whilst like a puffed and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, not heeding his own advice.
Ah, fear me not. I stay too long, but here my father comes.
Yet here, Laertes, aboard for shame. The wind is in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for? There, my blessing season with thee, in these few precepts in thy memory. Look, thou, character. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Lend every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, and reserve thy judgment. And this, above all, to thine own self be true. And as it follows, as the night, the day, thou shalt not be false to any man. Farewell. My blessing season this in thee.
For most humbly do I take my leave, my lord.
Go to your servant's den.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you.
Oh, 'tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell!
What is it he has said to you?
Oh, so please you, something touching Lord Hamlet?
'Tis told me he hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you of your audience have been most free and bounteous. If this be so, know that you do not understand yourself so clearly as it behooves my daughter and your honor. Give up the truth. What hath he told you?
Oh, he hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection, pooh. You speak like a green girl.
Oh, he hath importuned me with love, my lord, in an honorable fashion.
Aye, fashion you may call it. Go to.
And hath given countenance to his speech, my lord, with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Aye, springs to watch catch woodcocks. Oh, I know when the blood burns, how prodigal the soul lends the tongue vows. Ophelia, from this time forth, or be something scanter of your maiden present. And for Lord Hamlet, do not believe his vows. Know that he is a man, and for larger tether may he walk than may be given to you. And few, Ophelia, spend nothing slander of a moment's leisure to spend.
As to give words.
As to give word or talk to Lord Hamlet. Go to it. Come your ways.
I shall obey, my lord.
The air by truly it is very cold.
It is a nipping and eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12.
No, it is struck.
Indeed, I heard it not. We then draw near the season wherein the spirit held us wont to walk. What means this, my lord?
The king doth wake night, takes his rouse, keeps wassail in the swaggering upspring wheels, and as he drains his drops of Rhenish down, the kettle drum and trumpet thus bray out the triumph of his pledge.
Is it a custom?
Aye, merry is, but to my mind, though I am native here and to the manor born, it is custom more honored in the breach than in the observance. This heavy-headed rebel east and west makes us traduced and taxed by the nations they call us drunkards, and with swinish phrase doth soil our edition, and indeed it takes from our achievements this dram of evil.
Look, my lord, it comes!
Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou a spirit of health, or goblin damned, bring with thee airs from heaven or blast from hell. Be thy intents, wicked or charitable. Oh, thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee, or call thee Hamlet. King, father, royal Dane, oh answer me, what may this mean that thou, dead corpse again in complete steel, revisits thus the glimpses of the moon, to shake our disposition so with thoughts beyond the reaching of our souls? Say, what may this mean? Wherefore? What should we do?
It beckons you to go away with it, as if it with some impartment did desire to you alone.
Look with what courteous action it waves you to a more removed ground. But do not go with it.
No, by no means.
It will not speak. Then I will follow it.
No, do not, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear?
What if it tempts you towards the flood, my lord, or to the dreadful summit of the cliff that beetles o'er his base into the sea, and there assumes some other horrible form that might deprive your sovereignty of reason and draw you into madness? Think of it.
It waves me still. Go on. I'll follow thee.
You shall not go, my lord!
Unhand me,
Be
gentlemen.
ruled, you shall not go!
Still I am called. By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that lets me. I say away. Go on. I'll follow you.
He waxes desperate with imagination.
Let's follow. 'Tis not fit thus to obey him.
Have after. To what issue will this come?
There is indeed something rotten in the state of Denmark.
Whither wilt thou lead me? Speak! I will go no further.
Mark me,
I will.
for my time is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy ears hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak, I am bound to hear.
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain turn to walk the night, and for the day confined to fasted fires, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. List, list, oh list, if thou hast ever with thy dearest father loved,
Oh, God.
Revenge my foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder most foul.
Haste me to know it, that I may with wings as swift as meditation or thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge.
Now Hamlet here, 'tis given out, that sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me. Now the whole ear of Denmark is a forged process of my death. Rankly abused, and no fallible youth, the serpent that stung my father's life, now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle!
I, that incestuous, that adulterate beast with wicked Wintrayer's gifts. Oh, wicked Wintrayer's gifts have the power so to seduce. His shameful lust seemed to have won my seemingly most virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling out there was. And the love I made of that dignity was soft. Methinks I spent the morning there. Brief let me be. Sleeping in my orchard, upon a custom of my afternoon, upon a secure hour, thy uncle stole, with curse to bone and a vial, poured in the porches of my ear, that leprous distilment, holds enmity of man. And I was living.
Swift as quicksilver.
And swift as quicksilver, that leprous distilment coursed through the natural alleys of the body, so did it mine. And I was living. Of crown, of life. Cut off even the blossoms of my sin, and all the imperfections on my head. Oh, horrible, horrible, most horrible. If thou have nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the bed of Denmark be of damned incest. But to thy mother, leave her to heaven. Do not let the thorns in her bosom prick and sting her. Farewell to thee at once. Adieu, remember me.
Oh, hold my heart. And you, my sinews, grow not instant old, but bear me stiffly up. Remember thee? Aye, thou poor ghost, as long as memory holds a seat in this distracted globe. Remember thee? Yea, and from the table of my memory I'll wipe away all trivial, fond records that youth and observation hath copied there. And thy commandment shall live alone in the book, in the volume of my brain. Oh, most pernicious woman! Villain, smiling, damned villain!
My lord, my lord! What news, my lord?
Oh, wonderful.
Good, my lord, tell it.
No, you will reveal it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven.
Nor I.
Nor I.
Touching this vision here, it is an honest ghost, that let me tell you. And as for thy desire to know what is between us, overmaster it as you may. But, good friends, as you are friends, scholars, and soldiers, give me but one poor request.
What is it, my lord? We will.
Never to make known what you have seen tonight.
My lord, we will not.
Nay, but swear it.
Swear!
Aha! Boy, sayest thou. Come, you hear this fellow in cellars. Consent to swear. Never to make known what you have seen tonight. Swear by my sword.
Swear by his sword!
Oh, day and night, but this is wondrous strange.
And therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, that can be dreamt of in our philosophy. But come, swear.
Swear!
We swear.
Rest, perturbed spirit. So, gentlemen, I do commend me to you. Let's go in together, and with your fingers still on your lips, I pray. However odd or strangely I bear myself, as perchance hereafter I shall think meet to put an antique disposition on, never in such time seeing me reveal my madness is but counterfeit. Agreed?
Agreed, my lord.
We'll go in together. The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite, if ever I was born to set things right.
What is the matter?
Oh, my lord, I've been so frightened.
With what in the name of God?
As I was in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all embraced, no hat upon his head, his stockings foul, pale as his shirt, and his knees knocking each other, and a look so piteous and perfect, as if he had been loosed out of hell to tell horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love?
My lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
Well, he grabbed me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow, he falls to such cruels with my face as he would draw. Long stayed he so, then released a sigh so piteous and profound as did seem to shatter all his bulk and end his being. That done, he lets me go. And with his head o'er his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without advice, for out of doors he went without their help, and to the last spent their light upon me.
This is the very ecstasy of love, whose violent property fordoes itself and leads the will to desperate undertakings. I am sorry,
That's not with compassion.
I'm sorry, I had no.
What have you given him anyway?
What, have you given him any harsh letters of late?
No, my lord, but as you did command, I did repel his letters and denied his access to me.
This has made him mad. I'm sorry with better heed and judgment I had not noted him. I feared he did but trifle with thee, by heaven. Come, go we to the king. This must be made known, and if it were kept hidden, might bring more grief upon us. Come, Ophelia.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover that we much did long to see you. The need we have to use you hath provoked our hasty sending. Something you've heard of Hamlet's transformation? That I call it, for not the inner or the outward self resembles what it was, what it should be. Much more than his father's death. That hath put him so far from the understanding of himself, I cannot dream of. I entreat you both, of such young years being brought up with him, draw him onto pleasures, and to gather so much from the occasion as you may glean, whether aught to us unknown that afflicts him thus, that open, lies within our remedy.
Good gentlemen, he hath talked much of you, and sure I am there are not two men to whom he'd more adhere. If it pleases you, extend your time with us a while, for the supply and profit of our hope. Your visitation shall receive such thanks as fit a king's remembrance.
Both your majesties might by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures more into command than to entreaty.
But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in the full bent to lay our service freely at your feet, to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz, and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern, and gentle Rosencrantz, and I beseech you to instantly go visit my too much changed son. You, take these men where Hamlet is.
Heavens make our presence and our practices pleasant and helpful to him.
Aye. Amen.
Oh, Polonius, good minister, what news?
Assure you, my lord, I hold my duty as I hold my soul, both to my God and to my gracious king.
You're sift, Polonius.
That I, or else this brain of mine hunts not the trail of policy as it has us to do, that I have found the very cause of Lord Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, do tell me that. That I do long to hear. Oh, he tells me, sweet good dude, he hath found the head and source of all your son's distemper.
It is no other than Maine, his father's death, and our over hasty marriage.
Well, we shall sift him. Proceed, dear counselor.
My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty is, what duty is. Why day is day, night is night, and time is nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of the wit, I shall be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad I call it, for to define madness is what else is it to be else but mad, but let that go.
More matter, with less art.
Madame, I swear I use no art at all, that your son is mad. 'Tis true, 'tis true, 'tis pity, and pity, 'tis true. Who?
Foolish figure.
A foolish figure, but farewell it, for I shall use no art. Mad let us grant him then, and what remains is that we find the cause of this effect, or rather should I say the cause of this defect, for this effect comes defective by cause. Now remainder thus, consider. I have a daughter, have while she is mine, who in her duty and obedience hath given me this. It's now, gather and surmise. 'Tis the celestial and the most beautified Ophelia. 'Tis an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase.
Came this from Hamlet to her?
Madame, stay a while, I shall be faithful. Doubt that the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. Oh, dear Ophelia, I have no art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best. Oh, most best believe it, adieu, thine evermore, Hamlet.
But how I should receive this love?
What do you think of me?
As a man most faithful and honorable.
Even so, when I had seen this hot love on the rise, to my young mistress thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince, out of thy star. This must not be. And then I prescript gave her that she should lock herself from his embrace, receive no messengers, and receive no tokens. And thus she did follow my advice. And he repulsed a short tale to make, fell into a sadness, thence to a fast, thence into a weakness, thence into a likeness, and by this declension into the very madness wherein now he raised, and we all mourn for.
Do you think 'tis this?
Maybe very like.
Hath there been such a time that I was said 'tis so, if it had been proved otherwise?
Not that I know.
Take this from this, if it be otherwise.
We shall try.
Oh,
How
look,
may we prove this further?
You know, sometimes we walk 4 hours together here in the lobby.
oh, look, where sadly the poor wretch comes rooting.
Away, I do beseech you both, away. You'll give me leave. How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God of mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent. Well, you are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord. He knows me not.
Have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but not as your daughter may conceive. Friend, look to it.
Still harping on my daughter. He is far gone, far gone. Now I in my youth have suffered much extremity for love, very near this. I shall speak to him again. What do you read, my lord?
Words. Words. Words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean, the matter that you read, my lord?
Oh, slander, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have gray beards, their faces are wrinkled, their eyes purging thick ember and plum tree gum. Ugh. And they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hams, all of which I most powerfully and potently believe. But yet I hold it not in honesty to have it thus set down. For you yourself, sir, should be as old as I am, if, like a crab, you could go backward.
Though this be madness, yet there is a method in it. I shall leave him now and suddenly contrive the means of a meeting between him and my daughter. My lord, I will most humbly take my leave of you.
You, sir, cannot take from me anything that I will more willingly part withal. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
Oh, these tedious old fools.
You wish to go see the Lord Hamlet? There he is.
My honored lord. My most dear lord.
Excellent friends, Rosencrantz, dear Guildenstern. Good lads, how do you both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy in that we're not over happy on fortune's cap, we're not the very button.
Well, what news bring you?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
Then is doomsday near. Your news is not true, but let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord.
Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one?
A goodly one in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
To me it is a prison.
Why then your ambition makes it one. 'Tis
How-
too narrow for your mind.
God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself the king of infinite space, were it not that I had bad dreams. But tell me, in the beaten way of friendship, what make you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Beggar that I am even poor in thanks, but I thank you. But come, deal justly with me. Were you not sent for? What is the reason for your visitation? Nay, speak!
What should we say, my lord?
You were sent for, and there's a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not crafty enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
What say you?
Nay then, I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for.
And I will tell you why. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercise. What a piece of work is a man, how noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action how like an angel, in apprehension how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, but yet what to me is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. No, nor woman neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so.
My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did you laugh then when I said man delights not me?
Oh, if man delights not you, what humble compensation shall the players receive in you?
Players? What players?
Even those who used to take such delight in the traveling tragedians. Here they come now.
Gentlemen, you are all welcome to Elsinore. Your hands, come. My uncle, father, and aunt mother are deceived.
In what, my dear lord?
I am but mad north by northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw.
Well be with you, gentlemen.
Guildenstern, I hark you. He come to tell me of the players. Mark it. Yes, sir, a Monday morning was so indeed.
I have news for you, my lord.
No, I have used to tell you. Blah, 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 blah.
The players are arrived.
No.
By my honor.
Then came each actor upon his ass. My friends, you are all welcome to Elsinore. Good friend, I'm very glad to see you. Why, that face has changed since I saw thee last. No such a beard me in Denmark? Ah, Briar, lady, and mistress. Ah, why, thy grace is near to heaven when I saw thee last. I pray God, your voice is like a piece of uncurrent gold, not cracked within the ring. Come, we'll have a speech straight. Give us a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
What speech, my good lord?
I heard you speak a speech once, but it was never acted.
Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flame. Look where he has turned his color and has tears in his eyes. Prithee, no more.
Ah, 'tis well done. I pity. Could you not take these gentlemen, and I pray you, let them be well used?
I will use them according to their desert.
God's bodykins, man, much better. Use every man after his desert, and who should shape whipping? Use them after your own honor and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Come, take them in.
Come, sis.
We'll hear a play tomorrow. Dost thou hear me, old friend? Could you play the murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
We'll have it tomorrow. And could you, for need, study a mime, a dumb show a few moments long, could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Follow that gentleman there, and I prithee, mock him not. Friends, you are welcome to Elsinore.
Good, my lord.
I so, God be with you.
With you, my lord.
Now I am alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. Am I a coward? Wounds, I should take it, but I am pigeon-livered and lack all gall to make oppression bitter. Or ere this, I should have fretted all the region's crows of this slave's guts! Body, villain! Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain! Oh, vengeance! Fie upon it, foe, about my brains. I have heard that guilty creatures, sitting into play, have oft to the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul that they have presently proclaimed their malefactions. For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks, I'll tempt him to the quick. If he do but blench, I know my course. This spirit that I've seen may be the devil, aye, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape, and perhaps over my weakness and my melancholy, as he is very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing wherein I will catch the conscience of the king.
And can you by no drift of circumstance get from him why he puts on this confusion, quitting so harshly his days of quiet with dangerous and turbulent lunacy?
He does confess he feels himself distracted, but from what cause he will by no means speak.
Nor do we find him forward to be sounded both with craft and madness keeps aloof.
Did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman.
But with much forcing of his disposition.
Of our demands most free in his reply.
Did you interest him in any pastime?
Madam, it so fell that certain players come here to entertain. And of this we told him, and there seemed to be in him a kind of joy to hear of it. They are here about the court, and as I think of it, they have arranged tonight to play before him.
'Tis true, and he hath beseeched me to entreat both your majesties to hear and see the matter.
With all my heart, and it doth make me much inclined to hear him so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him a further edge and draw his purpose onto these delights.
We will haste us.
Good Gertrude, leave us too. For we have sent for Hamlet hither, that he may, as 'twere by accident, affront Ophelia.
Oh, and I shall. And as for your part, Ophelia, I do hope that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's suicide, and I pray that your virtues bring him to his wonted way again, for both your honors.
Oh, madam, I wish it may.
Walk you here, Ophelia, so gracious so please you. Read the good book, that prayerful actions may hide your upset. Is it not well proved, my lord, that such pious actions of devotion can conceal our inward turmoil, though the devil himself be in us?
Oh, 'tis true, how smart the lash that doth give my conscience. My deed lays hidden beneath my painted words, oh heavy deed.
I hear him coming. Let us withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep. To sleep, perchance, to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity for so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time when he can take himself to his own rest to make with his own bodkin? Who would these burdens bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life? But that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of. Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sickled over in a pale cast of thought. Soft you now. The fair Ophelia, nymph, nigh our sins be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank thee. Well?
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have long longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did, and with them words of such sweet breath composed as would make the things more rich. Their perfume lost. Take these again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Huh? Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
I did love you once.
Indeed, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me, for virtue itself cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
Well, I was the more deceived.
Get thee to another. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest, but yet I would accuse me of such things that were better if my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, and have more offenses at my back than would have thoughts or place to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them, in which should fellows such as I do, we're errant knaves all, believe none of us, and go thy ways to a nunnery. Where is thy father?
At home, my lord.
Then let all the doors be shut in him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Fare you well.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens.
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plate for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice and as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery, go and quickly too. Or if thou wilt needs marry a fool, for wise men know full well what monsters you make of them. Get thee to a nunnery, go and quickly too.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens.
I say, no more marriages. Those that are already married, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery, go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here our throne. The expectancy and rose of the fair state. Glass of fashion in the mold of thorn. The observed of all observers quite dumb. And I, ladies most dejected and wretched, that sucked the honey of his music vows, now see the noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled, out of tune and harsh, the unmatched form and feature of blown youth blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen! See what I see!
How now, Ophelia? Need he not tell us what Lord Hamlet hath said? We heard it all.
And though what he spake lacked form a little, it was not like madness, no. There's something in his soul over which his melancholy sits brewed, and the hatch disclosed which I fear will be some danger, which, in order to prevent, I have in quick determination set it down, that he shall with speed to England. Happy to see his the country's difference, the variables object shall expel this something settled matter in his soul, and his brain still beating puts him from fashion of himself. What thinks you on it?
It shall do well, my lord, yet I do believe that the origin and commencement of his love has sprung from his grief, or has sprung from neglected love. My lord, do as you please, but if you see it fit, after the play, all alone let his queen mother entreat him to give up his grief. If she finds him, be you and I behind an arras then, mark the encounter. If she finds him not, Send him to England, or wherever best shall please you.
It shall be so. Madness and great ones shall not unwatched go.
Horatio!
Here, sweet lord, at your service.
There is a play tonight before the king, one scene of which comes near to the circumstance of which I have told thee of my father's death. I prithee, when thou seest that act afoot, even to the very comment of thy soul, observe my uncle. If his occulted guilt did not unkennel itself in one speech, it is a damned ghost that we have seen. Observe the king, and while mine eyes do rivet to his face, after which we will both our judgments join.
Well, my lord, if you steal anything while this play is playing and escape detecting, I will pay the theft.
They are coming. Get you a place. I must be idle.
How fares thy cousin Hamlet?
Excellent in faith, the chameleon's dish. I eat the air, promise Crabney, you cannot beat Capon so.
I have nothing with these answers. These words are not mine.
Nor mine now. Be the players ready?
Aye, my lord, they stay upon your patience.
Come, Hamlet, sit by me.
No, no, mother. Here's metal more attractive.
Oh, how do you mark that?
Lady, shall I lie my head upon your lap?
No, my lord.
I mean my head upon your lap.
You are married, my lord.
Who, I?
Aye, my lord.
What should a man do but be married? For look you how cheerfully my mother looks, and my father died within 2 hours.
Nay, twice 2 months, my lord.
So long?
For us, and for our tragedy, here stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing patiently.
What means this, my lord?
Oh, it means mischief.
Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too. My operant powers functions leave to do. And thou shalt live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and haply one as kind, for husband shalt thou.
Oh, confound the rest. Such love must needs be treason in my breast. When second husband let me be accursed. None wed the second, but who killed the first.
Wormwood. That is wormwood.
The instances the second marriage move are base respects of thrift, but none of love. The second time I kill my husband dead, when second husband kisses me in bed.
I do believe you think what now you speak, but what do we determine oft we break?
Both here and hence, pursue me lasting strife. If once a widow, ever I be wife.
'Tis deeply sworn, sweet. My spirits grow dull, and fain I would beguile this tedious day with sleep.
Sleep rock thy brain, and never come mischance between us twain.
Mother, how liketh this play?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
What do you call this play?
The mousetrap. 'Tis a neighbor's piece of work, but what of that, your majesty? And we that have free souls, it touches us not.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offense in it?
No, no, they do but jest. Poison and jest. No offense in the world. Here comes the villain, cousin to the king.
You are as good as a chorus, my lord.
Thoughts black, hands apt, drugs fit, and time agreeing. Confederate season, else no creature seeing. Thou mixture rank of midnight weeds collected, with Hecate's band thrice blasted, thrice infected. Thy natural magic and dire property, unwholesome life, usurp immediately.
Excellent. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzago's wife.
The king rises.
What? Frighted by false fire.
How fares my lord?
Stay, mother. The end is near.
No, I'll say no more!
Give over the play.
Horatio, I'll take the ghost's word for 1,000 pounds. Didst perceive?
Very well, my lord.
Upon the talk of the poisoning?
Yes, I did very well note him.
Good, my lord. Vouchsafe me a word with you.
Aye, sir, a whole history.
The king, sir,
Aye, sir, what of him?
is in his retirement marvelous distempered.
With drink, sir?
No, my lord, rather with choler.
Oh, I've collared him, you say?
Good, my lord. Now put your discourse into some frame and start not so widely from our affairs.
I am tame, sirs, pronounce.
The queen, your lord, in most great affliction, hath sent me to you.
You are welcome.
Nay, my lord, this courtesy is not of the right breed. If it shall please you make a wholesome answer, then I will do your mother's commandment. But if not, your leave and my pardon will be the end of my business.
Sir, I cannot.
What, my lord?
Make you a wholesome answer. My wit's diseased. But to the matter, my mother, you say?
Then thus she says your behavior had struck her into amazement and admiration.
Oh, wonderful son that can so astonish a mother. But is there no sequel at the heels of this mother's admiration? Impart.
She desires you speak with her in her closet ere you go to bed.
We shall obey her were she 10 times our mother. Oh, God bless you.
'Tis like a camel indeed.
Oh, methinks it's like a weasel.
'Tis back like a weasel.
Or like a whale.
Very much like a whale.
Then I shall come to my mother by and by.
I will say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friends. Now is the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion to the world. Now could I drink hot blood and do such bitter business as the day would quake to look on. Soft now to my mother. Let me be cruel, but not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. In this, my tongue and soul be hypocrites. But if tongue's words destroy her, so be it.
Let's do it without the microphone. You guys can hear me, right? Yes? Okay, yes? So that's intermission right now. I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to go to the restroom. You'll be back in here at 2:10. Okay?
Hands up! Hands up! Are you not entertained? Did he kill me? Amazing! Voted!